Hi guys. Today we are joined by Joe W. Sims, who's going to talk to us about his work making music videos, concert posters, animations, and many other things. How are you, Joe?
Hey, what's up? My name is Joe W. Sams. I am the founder of Uncle Dad Productions, and I am the creator of the guy who waves at things.
Joe, you told me that the equipment you're currently working with came from a public access TV studio and that you inherited it from a television personality from Santa Cruz, California, named Spilly Chile. Who was this person?
Back in 2010, I was surfing around on the channels of my local hometown area of Santa Cruz, California, and I noticed this person who happened to have 3 different shows simultaneously, and her name was Spilly Chile, Sandra Lee.
I'm here at the TV station, I'm up at the phone, and I look out at the street, and I see 20 or 30 cop cars go driving by. There's fights going on with drunk people, and you guys are just driving around. Get off your fat asses and walk the streets like it used to be. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? First thing when this guy walked in, I said, man, he's got the coolest bass I've seen in a long time. Where'd you get that bad boy?
The internet.
That's a beautiful jacket there. And so I would imagine that beautiful doggy like that would snowboard and then hit the nightclubs afterwards. Is that right?
Yeah, she does.
I would imagine so. You're just a little wild child.
I called Sandra Lee and was like, hey, let's meet up. I'd love to collaborate with you. And I met her at Farrell's Donuts in Santa Cruz. We became friends, and Spilly became my mentor. And I helped her book different bands on Spilly Chile's Bowl of Rocks. That was one of her shows. I got local legends God Stomper to play on her show, which was one of my favorite episodes ever. Electrosonic Chamber, Stereotech, Quinn Croninger, all kinds of people. And then I ended up being a contestant on her American Idol type show, Santa Cruz Star Makers, also hosted by Spilly's daughter, Cindy Starr. Shout out to Cindy Starr, she's the best. She's actually the reason why I have all of this equipment, including the 1,000+ DVDs with all the shows that I was able to upload on YouTube. Go check out Spilly Chile Forever on YouTube. Check out the Spilly Chile Forever Instagram page where I post all my favorite clips from the entire archive of Spilly Chile.
So cool that you were able to keep all that equipment, Joe. It must be a treasure. What equipment is it exactly?
It's basically 11 CRT monitors. It's 3 mini DV cameras with tripods, professional lights. There's a entire soundboard. But really the TriCaster is kind of the special sauce of it all. That's the multicam live editor that kind of gives it that public access look. So I can just talk like this. I can toggle the switch as much as I want. I can really just stop it in the middle. See, now I got a new face. It's really cool.
The first video I saw was the one you made for Active Decay. You did it with that equipment, right? And what other videos did you make working in the same way?
My living room in East LA has been transformed into a public access studio, and I mostly do music videos for people. Active Decay was the first, and then I made 4 videos for Astrologer. I worked with this really great hyper-pop, electro-pop artist, Clippy, for a video that's actually a parody of Santa Cruz Star Makers, which I was really excited that that's what Clippy wanted to do. I made a video for this great band in Canada called Crohn's. It's a lot of horse skinning experiments. That's the best way to describe it. You should just watch it. Cherry on Top and Control Inc. and Nick Pistoia, among others. I mean, just the list goes on. So something else that I'll do is I'll videotape shows with the public access cameras, and I'll bring it back here and I will warp the footage. So I worked with Mexican Summer to do a concert film for Tonstar Band, where I did a lot of warping and I added titles with the public access setup. The video behind me right now is Baby Buddha live at the Grammy Museum in LA. So if you want me to do it, hit me up. It's cheap. I'll do it. Just contact the Uncle Dad Productions Instagram page and I'll message you back.
Let's watch a little of the Active Decay video. Joe, your work and creative activity is divided into two parts, right? On the one hand, you make videos as Uncle Dad Productions. On the other hand, illustrations and animations under the name The Guy Who Waves at Things. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I founded Uncle Dad Productions in 2010. It's basically just an alias for all the art that I make for music videos, album art, concert posters, etc. Before I had the whole public access setup, I made music videos for Arsonist Get All the Girls, Part Time, The Dead Milkmen, Josh Berwanger from The Anniversary, Emerson Snowe, and Urban Sprawl. Uncle Dad Productions' biggest project has been this 14-minute animated dream show pilot called Slumber TV, where I'm animating the dream interviews of Keith Morris from Black Flag and Circle Jerks, Uncle Imani from The Far Side, and Paul Barfo from God Stomper. So back in 2020, I was helping out with a make your own zine class with my big sister, one of my best friends, one of my biggest mentors, Dame Darcy. If you're not familiar, she's this iconic Fantagraphics comic book artist. She is the creator of Meat Cake. She even has a really cool public access show on Night Flight. It's incredible. I mean, it's on Night Flight, so how could it not be great? I mean, come on, you should watch it. But anyways, I was helping her with a make your own zine class, and it inspired me to make a zine. I was like, what's the dumbest thing I could come up with? It was just a guy who waved at inanimate objects. He just waved at stuff. Things.
Did you make a VHS recently?
I made Wave-O-Vision Volume 1. And it's 60 minutes, it's 12 different animation loops, ran through the public access setup, so I can do stuff like this and mess up my face. And yeah, it's very cool, and I still have some for sale. If you go on Big Cartel, the guy who waves at things, Big Cartel, you can buy, I think I might have like 4 or 5 left at $20. I spent a lot of time making them. And then I took it into animation, as you can see behind me back here. I did these hand-drawn animation loops with Sharpie and printer paper. This one, I colored it digitally, but it's all hand-drawn. I've made about 6 of them. I'm about to release a DVD called Wavetasia, so keep an eye out for that.
What is that video called? Viva Las Wave-us?
Combining the public access gear with the guy who waves at things, I made this segment called Viva Las Wave-us, loosely based on those FHE moving storybook, like storybook come to life segments. And it's about how the guy who waves at things goes to Las Wave-us and he waves himself into good fortune. And it's narrated by my dear friend Miss World, who's a very talented artist and musician. It actually just got screened with this event put on by Harem Scarum. I was just happy to see all these really nice short films, and then this thing just plopped in the middle of it. It was a lot of fun.
Once upon a wave, the guy who waves at things got a one-wave ticket to Las Wave-us. He packed his things and got on the Wavehound bus with a group of elderly friends. Las Wave-us is an exciting destination for adventurous wavers.
Lights flicker, signs wave.
Most recently with the guy who waves at things, I just got through his 2-day art show. Day 1 was Waveland. The guy who waves at things experience, opening reception. Control Inc. performed. It was really cool. A lot of people showed up. It was a launch party for the guy who waves at Zines Volume 1.
Wavers love waving, and they enjoy waving at everything around them. That's why your waving loved ones will love The Guy Who Waves at Zines Volume 1, the magazine that actually waves back at you. Packed with beautiful waving stories, reviews, games, and scientifically accurate waving illustrations. So order The Guy Who Waves at Zines Volume 1 today and send a wave to the waver you love. To order The Guy Who Waves at Zines Volume 1 for $19.95, call 1-800-WAVE-AT-ME. When you call, we'll wave at the phone. Call 1-800-928-2863. You must be 18 years or older to wave at this magazine.
Day 2 was the Wave Rave with a stacked lineup of great musicians like David Microwave and Active Decay and Chalky, Clippy, and Abscam. And it was a waving good time. Pal from Pal House helped me put it on. The future of the guy who waves at things, I would say, is the show that waves at things. I have a lot of plans for that. Keep your eyes peeled.
I've seen a lot of really cool posters you made for concerts on your Instagram. Are you still making them? Can you show us some?
So I used to actually reach out to bands that were playing in San Francisco. That's where I lived at the time. Bands that I liked or wanted to work with or whatever. And I'd be like, hey, if you let me make your poster and get me on the guest list, I'll sell it at your show and I'll give you free posters. And all the coolest bands responded to me. And I have a pretty long list of some highlights here. I'll go through it as fast as I possibly can. Mission to Burma, Blast, Guided by Voices, Los Microwaves, DRI, Drop Dead, Shonen Knife, Piss Jeans, Tonstark Bandit, Jonathan Richman, Farside, Residence, Mac DeMarco, Modern Life is War, The Anniversary, Psychic TV, Peach Kelly Pop, The Breeders, Descendants, Gary Wilson, Baby Buddha, Gorilla Biscuits.
Can you tell me about that video for Emerson Snowe for the song called Frankenstein?
So I met my buddy Jared Mon at a party in Los Angeles, and we hit it off. He had a half Japanese tattoo. I told him about how I interviewed Jad Fair for my yet-to-be-released episode of Slumber TV. Next time he came back to California, he came over. We played Sega Dreamcast games, specifically Unreal Tournament, and we shot stuff for this crazy Frankenstein video, which I was excited to make. There's a scene in here very inspired by the Blue Jean Tyranny album, Out of the Blue, which, if you're familiar with the cover and you see the video, I'm sure you'll find out what it is. He sent me a Johnny Thunders flyer where they took the black and white photo and painted it to be green. So that was kind of the vibe that he wanted me to go for, and also Hausu, the scene with the eyeball in the mouth. And then there's even an inspiration from Terry Gilliam's Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Well, I felt as though I wasn't right in my head. It's spinning around and I can't see no end. But I try to push as long as I can. I try to push as long, can we still be friends? But it don't end. Can we still be friends? Well, I'm sorry, I don't feel so good in my head. And I tried to knock a few times, but nobody's home. I tried to knock a few times, knock me with a pearl. Bring me to life. Oh, I'm your Frankenstein. Bring me to life, bring me to life, bring me to life. I'm your Frankenstein.
Joe, what about that video for part-time? It's really good.
So back when I was in art school, I met this guy Billy, who was in the group part-time. We had an animation class together, and we bonded over this video I made where I just took Oprah's head and I just spun it around really fast, and he thought it was really funny, and he was like, you should make a video for us, but there's zero budget. So I spent 1.5 years making this video out of just things I found on the streets of San Francisco. My buddy Jay Cisneros really was the best producer ever. He's helped me produce a bunch of stuff. He booked the studio at our school, and he got a bunch of people to work for free on it, and it was just this huge ongoing production, and me and Jay edited it ourselves over the span of about 6 months. It took a really long time, but I was very happy with the result, and I think it's my most popular music video, probably. And there's a lot of Easter eggs in it. I hid the ghost of Lou Reed. I hid the ghost of Bob 2 from Devo, and even a picture of Spilly Chile. And this is when Spilly Chile was still alive, so I mean, it's just a testament to our friendship. See if you can find it. It's there pretty briefly, but a lot of it was pictures I found on eBay that my buddy Jay, producer Jay, would cut out. He would cut out different pieces and put it in the background. We did video textures, like right behind me right now, it's wrapping paper, just moving the camera around, different wrapping paper. Stuff as simple as that.
She
great song. Well guys, that's it for today's show. Thanks so much for showing us your work, Joe. This was our 21st episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye.